So I was having a conversation with somebody, right? And we was talking about children calling their parents and checking on them. And I was like, yeah, I feel like that if you are a good parent, if you living in a single parent home, if you're a good child, I'm saying it wrong. Let me start over. If you're a child that's living in a single parent home or come from a single parent home, and let's say like your father's not in the house, but your father's around, should you call and check on your parents? Just call and see how you doing and stuff, instead of just not calling them at all. I was saying to myself, yeah, man, you should, because I mean, your dad, you don't know what might happen. You don't know what's going on and nothing like that. But the more that she started talking, the more I realized, I was like, man, she's actually right. So here's the thing that I come to learn. When I was coming up, I came from a 2-parent home. But this particular time, my dad was always out of town, always, because he had a job out of town, but he come home on weekends. So my mother would work doubles on Fridays and Saturdays, which means I was at home by myself all day. So by me being at home by myself all day, my mom would call me the whole day, periodically, like literally the whole day. But at least I'll say about like 4, maybe 5 times a day. She'll call me, and she'll be like, hey, is everything okay, and stuff like that. A lot of times I don't answer because I be asleep, or I might be in the bathroom or something like that, But even then, I still didn't call back, because like I said, I was a kid. But fast forward, when I got older, I started calling them and checking on them. Hey, everything, I was just calling you and checking on you and stuff like that. But that's how I would call and, make sure I'm checking on and stuff like that. The point I'm making is that if you have a good parent that's, in the household, whether you get in a 2-parent home and they gone all day, y'all don't see each other all day, or even if you got your own spot, it's really not the responsibility for the child to check up on the parent. It's not. It's really the parent's responsibility to check up on the child. But I ain't talking about them parents that treat you like you ain't nobody. They act like they don't want to be in your life. They're like, I ain't talking about them. Screw them. I'm talking about your parents that are actually involved in your life and everything. It's really not the parent's responsibility. Now it's really not the child's responsibility to check on the parent. It's the parent's responsibility to check on the child. Okay? The child is not obligated to check on you. They're not. So the point I'm making is that for y'all young kids out there, if y'all get older and y'all have children, especially if y'all not in the same household, call and check on them. Call and check on them periodically. Even if you don't call them every single day, it's good to call them every day. Or even send a text. Hey man, I was just checking on you, man, to make sure you was good. Because you don't know what that child went through. You don't know what that child they killed themselves. You won't even find out. You won't even find out until, later on or whatever. But just still call and check on them anyway. Let them know that you there. You need them and all that. Make sure the love is still there. Even if the child don't check on you, just you check on them. It's your responsibility. I'm finna start doing that with my child. I was getting on my child at first about that, my oldest. And I was like, man, you know what? It's really not his responsibility to check on me. My responsibility to check on him. Make sure he good. Now, as they get older, if they check on you, that's even better. That's great. But it's not his responsibility to check on me. It's my responsibility to check on him. So if you ever had kids out there, make sure you calling them and checking on them. And even if whether you're in a 2-parent, whether y'all in the same house or anything like that, like if you're in the same house and you at work all day, so like they call and check on them. Call them. They don't have to call and check on you. Now you got some kids that really will call and check on their parents, just because they miss them or something. They just say, okay, I just want to make sure you was all right. Or they might end up developing that habit. What you practice, they gonna end up practicing because they see it a lot. It's gonna be embedded in them, especially if it's as a child. In most cases. Anyway, that's my message for today, y'all. Peace out.